So the video I want to make now is about NAND gates and how we put them together. So this is a NAND gate, and this is the direction I'm going to use for the flow of the information through the NAND gate. So for example, here are the four possibilities. If there's two zeros, it turns into a 1. Alright. Meaning if I feed this function a 0 and a 0, you get a 1. A 0 and a 1, you get a 1. And here's the other two possibilities. Okay, so what do we get? If we feed it a 1 and a 0, we still get a 1. So it's symmetric. And a 1 and a 1 becomes a 0. So the things to note, first of all, is you can invert. You can invert a 0 into a 1 by just splitting the same signal twice, or you can split a 1 into a 0. So you can harness the power of the NAND gate, same as a NOR gate actually, to turn the gate into a NOT gate. Okay, I like to call this the helpful nightlight. Okay, so if you're in a room with two lamps and both lamps are off, then the nightlight turns on. But if both lamps are on, the nightlight turns off. But if just one lamp is on, it's not quite bright enough that the nightlight thinks the room is dark, so it tries to be helpful and it turns on. Okay? Whereas the NOR gate is the not so helpful nightlight. The NOR gate, see, this would be different, but this would be a 0 here and here if we were talking about NOR gates. But this is NAND gate, so it's being a little bit extra helpful. If it sees one light, it still tries to help. If it sees two lights, it says, okay, you guys are taking care of it, you don't need me. This reminds me, I had a nightlight that actually flickered because whoever designed it was so, well, whatever, not very smart, that as soon as you turned it on, it would see its own light and turn off. So it just flickered whenever you had it plugged in. Pretty ridiculous. Okay, so what about if we put these guys together? So I'm going to erase all these signals and just start gluing these together. So maybe I'm going to call this A. Maybe these are both B together. Maybe that's... let's put C here. I'll erase, now I'll move this one. Maybe I'll put this somewhere. What am I going to do? I got to combine something here. I'm going to put one over here. Let's make it really complicated, why don't we? Okay, so I'm going to feed this guy into here, this guy into here, this guy into here. Oh, let's just be really creative and feed this guy into here, and that guy into here, and that guy into here. Okay, so now I'm going to make a truth table out of this. So I have ABC as my original signals. In this whole vicinity, let's call this D, E, and F, what's coming out of those, and then G, H, and I'm going to call this capital P. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and write out the options I have for A, B, and C, which is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and by the magic of the computer, I'm going to move this to a place where I can keep writing. 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1, 1. Okay, so then I have D, E, F, G, H, P. Alright, so what happens to D? D is A, NAND. I'm going to just let that be, that's not even a good NAND symbol. I don't know, what should I do? Call that NAND. A NAND B is going in here. So I'm going to look at A and B and NAND them. So remember, it's the helpful nightlight. So 0, 0 is 1. 1, 1 is 0. But one of each, the light still turns on to be helpful. Okay, what is E? E is B NAND C. So I'm looking at these two columns here and here. So again, helpful nightlight. 0, 0 gets inverted, 1, 1 gets inverted, 0, 0 gets inverted, 1, 1 gets inverted. And everything else is one of each. Alright, so that's going to be the helpful situation where it's trying to help. There's already a light, but it's being helpful. Okay, now what do we do? Oh, F hasn't been done yet. F, okay, this is not bad because this is C NAND with itself, so you're just inverting C. So F is just C bar, and then there's going to be 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Great. Now what about G? G is D and E NANDed together. Alright, so again, we're going to NAND. So the ones turn off, the double ones turn off, and the double 0 turns on, and the other two situations are one of each, so it tries to be helpful and turns on. Okay, H is actually coming all the way from D, so D and F. So we're looking at D and F. Okay, so D and F is going to give us H. Alright, 1, 1 is 0, 1, 0 is helpful, 1, 1 is 0, 1, 0 is helpful, 1, 1 is 0, 1, 0 is helpful, 0, 1 is helpful, 0, 0 is negated. Okay, let's double check that. And here's, again, I'm going to look, these guys are 1s, so it should negate that. This is the helpful situation. 1, 1 is 0, helpful. 1, 1 is 0, 1, 0 is helpful. 0, 1 is 1. 0, 0 is 1. Okay. Again, I'm using the word helpful to mean that 0 and 1 together is going to give you a 1 because it's trying to help. Finally, P is G and H, so I'm going to look at G and H. And okay, 0, 0 is going to get negated. 1, 1 is going to get negated. And so then I have 0, 1, which is helpful. Oh, I forgot 1, 1 is 0. And a helpful situation. Now, I very well may have made a mistake, but my process was right, and I hope you found that useful. If there are any errors, please let me know, and I'll probably just take the video down. So hopefully that's right. Okay, thanks.